Greetings from Citizen Health and the Team Academy IAPSM eConnect. And today, in the series of People's Health It Matters, we have Dr. Ranveer Pal, who is MBBS, MD, PhD, MBA, DCH, Famer Fellow, member National Academy of Medical Sciences, formerly Additional Professor, Community Medicine and Family Medicine, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Jodhpur, India. A very warm welcome to you, sir, on behalf of all the audience.
Thank you. Thank you for including me in this nice program from the IAPSM Academia.
Thank you so much, sir, to you. And today we would like to talk on a road safety and public health. And should we start the session, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Sir, the first question I would like to ask you that what is the importance of this topic to Academia IAPSM?
We are basically from the background of preventive and social medicine. In other countries, it is called public health. Road safety is an issue that is truly possible to be implemented and millions of lives can be saved. It is a totally preventable saga on road, and we can prevent it in all way with an holistic approach. And to be frank, I am telling you one very important data that there are nearly 10 years back, there was a study that total number of deaths from malaria, tuberculosis and HIV is exactly half the death on road. Still there is a program on malaria and program on tuberculosis, program on HIV, and we have still now no national program on trauma prevention and accident prevention and road safety. So millions of people are dying on road due to n number of reasons. We have to think as a public health expert. You always think and you cry along with the family member of the deceased. This is one very important thing. Second one is the most important saga of morbidity, mortality and disability is the younger age group. The younger age group is the most highly affected. In 1990, road traffic injury was the 9th important cause of death in the whole world. But just after 30 years in 2020, as per WHO data, it has now become 3rd most important cause of death in the whole world. It's a very important, and no microbe, no organism, no virus, no vaccine is possible. Only the consciousness of people can prevent the millions of death, disability and morbidity on road. Another very important data is there that the younger age group, even the childhood and adolescent and young adult, they are one of the most important 3 common cause of death, disability and mortality. Below the 6 years is the third important cause. In the adolescence, it is the 2nd important cause. In later adolescence, it is the most important cause, and in the whole life, it is the 3rd important cause in whole world. From the high income group countries to the low and middle income countries. And high income group countries have their own data system to collect the data. Unfortunately, in the low and middle income countries, there is no data set. We do not know at all how many people we are losing their lives on Indian roads. So this is as a public health expert for last 20 years, I am working on road safety and public health. I am working with different international and national groups. I am working on Indian Council of Medical Research as an expert in injury. I am working with Indo-US Trauma Initiative, a group from the people of the University of Florida, and I am working on another group on injury or traumatic brain injury research group, which is composed of the researchers from Bangladesh, Colombia, Singhal, and Saudi, etc., and from US also. So I am working with multiple research groups across the world, and I truly feel that we have to know how different ways we can prevent the death on road and improve the road safety. Road safety should be the #1 agenda in public health, as far I feel.
Right, right. Thank you so much, sir. I'm so blessed that I'm talking to you. You have 20 years experience in this only road safety. So I would like to proceed with my next question, that what's relationship of accident and injury with road safety?
In fact, accident is the cause or the risk factor, and road traffic injury is the outcome. Accident is the cause by very different reason. Suppose it may be on road, it may be on rail, it may be on domestic accident, it may be industrial accident. Accidents are the main cause of any injury. But as a public health expert, we are more important to know about the injury done by the people. How many cars have been damaged or how many railroad have been damaged, it is not our concern. Our concern is how many person have been damaged and body have been, okay. So there are basically three types of injury happens. I want to tell you on a overall picture. There are domestic injury, peri-domestic injury, and occupational injuries. Domestic injury that occurs within periphery of the four walls. Occupational injury, what is occupation? But in peri-domestic injury, road traffic injury is one of the important cause of the total load of the disease. And Haddon is one of the famous scientists nearly 50 years back when we were in college students, that Haddon first told that injury, road traffic injury maybe explained by the classical model of our public health: agent, host, and environment. And before the accident, we can do something. During accident, we can do something. After the accident, we can do something. So there is a huge Haddon's matrix is we can say the center of our interest in public health approach to the road safety. So if we can follow all the routes, all the planes and all the facets in the Haddon's matrix, we can save. So Haddon matrix is a very important. In the pre-crash, he has given some documentation how to do it. During crash, what you can do. In post-crash, what you can do. I'm giving an example. Suppose pre-crash, what we can do, we can make vehicle more crash proof. We can make helmet more crash proof.
Right.
Consistently make the people to use the helmets, the seat belts, everything. So that even if there is any accident on road, people will be saved at least from the life, number one. Similarly, we have found that the majority of the accident on road occurs due to the less consciousness of people. People do not feel at all that my life is a danger when I am doing some unsafe activity on road. Not using anything, not using the zebra crossing, not using the signaling. People try to, I think you also have experience, you stay in Lucknow, you will see that on the running busy road, people are cycling, walking, crossing the road without any looking at how the speedy vehicles are coming and getting a crash. And when there is a crash, the driver is blamed at all. Okay, this is the scenario. So Haddon's matrix is ultimately the thing that we can explain from which are the risk factor and how we can mitigate, what planning can be done. I am giving you one example. Suppose I am gone to one place, don't take it personally, gone to Mumbai, even narrow roads have dividers, footpaths and signals. Even narrow roads on the arterial roads are have footpaths, dividers and signals. So this makes a road, people cannot cross at all the road, and people has to stop at the signal, and they cannot cross the road or U-turn, etc. They cannot do at any place, and people cannot get down on road also. There is a so huge fencing at the footpath. So these are some basic things that the stakeholders, like the politicians and the administrators, should know, should feel that they have to do something to prevent it's a preventable saga. This is my one word, last word.
Right, sir. And so, what is the magnitude of public health losses in road crashes?
Magnitude is a huge, what you can say, in the third leading cause of death that I told just now. So, and more important is the majority of the accident affects the breadwinners, the most young adult group. Nearly 50% of the injured people are between 15 to 30 years of age. So, on the road, we are losing most promising citizen of our world. And the number is not important, and 90% of the death occurring in the low and middle income countries. But majority of the young adults are losing their life on roads. In India, the same thing. India is the sixth leading cause of death. Globally, it is third leading cause of death. In India, it is sixth leading cause of death. And rate of death is very high, 1 to 2% per thousand population in this way. The rate of accidental death is high, and very peculiarly, there is Indian study we have done that end of the day and end of the week, there is maximum number of accidents. Usually on the Thursday and Friday is the people become exhausted, and in the evening time between 6 to 9 maximum accident occurs when people, in Hindi we can thak gaya. This time during the whole day they have become very exhausted, they make more accident end of the day and end of the week. Similarly, economic burden is huge. We can say 520 billion in the Western countries. USA has assessed 520 billion is lost on road. It's a huge loss. And high income countries, loss and cost of the damage. The cost of the damage. The person lying in the bed and not giving earning to the country, treatment cost, out of the pocket cost, everything comes to a loss. It's a universal loss. Similarly, I already explained to you that this loss is uncountable in India only for one important reason. We have no registry, no data collection system. We have only one data collection system, is the cancer registry. All cancer are recorded there. So we have appealed, from our association, we have appealed to the government of India to start a trauma registry. All injuries should be recorded there, like cancer registry. So from there we can only find. I can give you an idea. There are basically three types of injuries. One is the death on road. Usko chhod dijiye. But those who are injured, those are mild injury, they go to general practitioner. They never come to hospital. Number two, those who are well to do, they come to hospital and private centers. And the major injuries come to the big hospitals. The most important thing, you have to believe that very sad importance, that the government of India keeps the data on road safety by the National Criminal Record Bureau, NCRB, as if all accidents are done by criminal activity. And there is, just for this reason, for any injury, we have to do a police case. And then the treatment start in any hospital. Just for this reason, people do not go to hospital, try to go away from hospital unless it is a very serious condition that cannot be done in hospital. So this is the basic thing, that we have to know the load in our country. We have no data, indigenous data for our country.
Right, sir. So, what are the risk factors of road safety?
There are risk factors of plenty. Risk factor for driver, risk factor for accompanying passenger on the front seat and the back seat. In case of two-wheeler, the pillion drivers, and most important, pedestrians. We have records that in many cases even doors are not locked during accident. The back seat passenger have been ejected to the road and died on road. So everyone is at danger. So everyone is danger who is going to road should know that there is risk factor. So we have jotted down a few factors. One factor is the overspeeding. Overspeeding and use of speed breakers. Have you seen in the different road there is speed breakers, and we believe that, researchers believe, the speed breakers is the most important cause of road injury. People try to stop or jump and there is accident. Next one is the drunken driving. I think is one of the important cause. Up to 10% of the cause of all accidents are drunken driving. Non-use of helmets and non-use of protective gears, not use of the seat belts and child restraint. I think you know what is child restraint. Child, when you are taking a child in the vehicle, there are child restraint is children should never be put on the front seat. Number one. Number two, less than 6 months, they have their seat should be looking backwards. From 6 months to 4 years, it preferably should be backwards. From the 4 years onwards, there is special type of seat along with the main seat you have to put till the child is at least 4 feet 9 inches long. Till the child is 4 feet 9 inches long, they have to use special seats that can protect during any impact or road crashes. So these basic things we are not follow. There is another very important thing. I think we have seen distracted driving. We have done a work in the when I was at Delhi. I worked on a study use of mobile phone. How the mobile phone using giving rise to accidents by the drivers. It is already published. You can find it. Absence of safety gear. In many places, there is safety gear is absent, and the we have done in very many cars. There are safety profiles are very poor in the Indian scenario, and poor road safety. What I was telling, if the road has a divider and proper fencing, etc., it comes home. In majority of the roads, I visited Lucknow several times. I have seen that people can get down from the footpath to road at any time. Fencing from the footpath to the road is very sparsely found. Okay, even in their Ganj also. I've gone to a Ganj. Poor quality dividers, etc., and inclement weather. In the bad weather during rain, during other periods, there is a issue. So it has been found that speed is a very important limiting factor. More than 20 kilometers speed immediately increases, and after 80 kilometers of speed, there is a high probability that any time it is a S-shaped curve. From the 20 kilometers above, it does speed. So speed is a direct limiting factor for the accident. And in case of motorcycle, I think, or seat belt, you have also experienced that only after seeing the policeman who can make fine, they use seat belts and helmets. Otherwise, they have very little consciousness. And child restraint is almost invisible in our Indian scenario. Okay, and over speeding, overloading, etc. Every time people gives money to the administrative people and go away. So this is I want to explain the situation that how different types of risk factors are there.
Okay, sir. So, due to shortage of time, I would like to ask you the last question that, as you have mentioned earlier also, that we can do something pre-crash, during crash, and post-crash. So, please explain that what are these?
All phases, pre-crash, crash, and post-crash, there are human factors, there are vehicle and other equipment factors, and there are environmental factors. In the pre-crash, human factor is people must know what is the problem, what is the disease problem road, and if they do not follow the road safety, what impairment, lifelong impairment they get, and the police and the administration should be very much careful so that all people should follow, starting from making railing, divider, lighting, everything for minimum. Similarly, in case of during crash, we have seen that majority of the crash happens and the injury happens to the human body during crash due to non-use of the protective gears. And in the post-crash period, human factor is now we have to start the first aids, pre-hospital care, access to the medical care, etc. For which Government of India has made a road safety measures. Every 50 along the highway, every 50 kilometers there is a level 1 trauma care center. Now Government of India is going for since 2012. Government of India is making this plan along the highway, along the quadrilateral highway. Similarly, in case of pre-crash, the vehicle factors are there. Vehicle should be very much good quality, and it will be very much having protective gears and speed management. To everything will be there. Just like what you can say, if the airline safety is common, same in the New York and Lucknow and Calcutta, every place, so why not the same road safety rule would be in the whole world? So it is our demand that as air traffic safety is same in the whole world, similar road safety should be same in the world, and government should be very much restrictive on use of this. And similarly, in during crash, there is a vehicular safety. If the vehicle is crash proof, in Indian very peculiarly, you would know, Ambassador is the most crash proof vehicle on road. It has been found rather compared to others. Anyhow, so then ease of access to the fire, first responders, and what is, I think you know what is first responder is the police, firemen, and the ambulances. They come first for rescue. They should be available at the every very important hotspots. Government has to make the hotspots where the accident occurs frequently, and government should give a major importance of this. And road layout, town and country planning, everything should be there to improve the road safety. And one of the last but not the least is the education of the people from the day one, from the primary school. Every child should know that safety on road is on their hands. What I can say that last word I can say to our honorable our audience that if we cannot control this pandemic today, we may become victim of this pandemic tomorrow. The road traffic injury is a great pandemic. Either you have to stop this pandemic today, otherwise you have to become victim of road safety and road injury tomorrow. So public
Very
health
true,
expert,
sir.
as a public health expert, I believe road safety should be one of the important agenda, and we have to do it somehow, implement it from the administrative level to political level to the last man on the road.
Right. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for talking with us. It was really very, very informative session with you today, and I hope, I wish that very soon we will do a next session with you also. So, thank you so much, sir, for talking to us.